Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of FSEconomy with me, Herd37. So I just had a vacation for a week, and now I'm back and ready to get flying, I guess. And in this episode, we're going to be flying the Cessna 182, the Skylane. We actually have rented that plane. It's actually been sitting there. One of our group members in YT Flyers, Ivan, it's his plane. We've leased it from him, and yet nobody's actually flown it yet, and it's been probably a couple weeks. So now I finally want to get to fly, and we're going to be using the A2A Skylane. So it's very, very good aircraft. I messed with it a little bit before I took off on vacation, just because you can't just jump in it really and start flying like that. Not with this plane. It's a little more complex. And in this episode, let me see where my flight is. We're at EDDH, that's Hamburg. And we're going to be flying to EDXW. You see we've got 3 people, which is as much as we can take. And the plane already has 44% fuel, so we're not going to have to worry about any of that. Alright, and we're going to go to EDXW. I guess it's Westerland. It's going to be German, so I don't know how I want to pronounce that. Westerland Sleet, or Sylt? I don't know. I'm not German, so I have no idea. And this is crazy. The reason I took that is because there was, just a second ago, there was people coming back from EDDH, and now there's nobody coming back. That kind of sucks, because I was just looking at this over at EDDH in Hamburg. It's the easiest way to go back. There was other people going to EDXW, and now they're all gone. So apparently some people are, I don't know, maybe Hamburg is a popular place in FSEconomy because these things are just disappearing. Not just Hamburg, but that Westerland. That's kind of odd that would happen. I was just literally looking at it like 10 minutes ago, and now they're all gone. That sucks. Hopefully there will be somebody coming back. All right, let's go take a look at Hamburg. As you can see, the wind right here is coming down from the northwest. So we're going to take off on runway 33. I'm going to go to Westerland, Sylt, and it looks like I guess that's bad weather or stiff wind, high winds. So we're actually going to land on runway 33. Although I believe it's actually technically, I guess, runway 34. I was looking just a little bit ago. We used the ILS. It's 111.5, 324 degrees. I think it might actually be 323 degrees coming in here. Take a look at this way. There we go. Runway 33. It's 6,942 feet long. The elevation is just 49 feet. It looks pretty cool because it's just like on a little peninsula, I guess. Or island. Not really. Well, I guess you wouldn't call that an island. Maybe it is an island. It is small. I want to look at the weather here. I don't know if it's storming or what. Let's see. Oh, daggone, no wonder. Wind 290 at 21 knots. Gusts up to 31. Well, that's not good. Visibility greater than 10 miles, though. So I guess it's not stormy. I can't tell. Maybe it's just cloudy. Alright, let's get out of here. Go back to FSEconomy. That's not what I wanted. Yeah, so we got, like I said, we got our 3 people, which is the most that we can carry. It's already got 44% fuel, and that's more than enough. It's only, what, let's say 96 miles, something like that. 2 scan-to-fly passengers, actually 3 total. Alright, so it's departing. We'll go ahead and jump in the plane. Alright, everybody, we are at the plane. We need to check out FSEconomy, because I think we have to actually load this manually before we actually start the client. So we need to know how many gallons of fuel we have. It's 40 gallons, as you can see there. Just add, let's see. So I'm kind of confused why I can't have more people. Let's see, it's this dude. Actually, let me get you out of there. How do I get that guy out? There we go. Put him in the back. I don't want you to sit next to me. But actually, we do have 3 people. That's right. What am I thinking? Why am I thinking we only have 2? And we'll let the lady up front. Yeah, you know how that goes. Let's see, the fuel, 28.3. And I've gone way too far because I wasn't paying enough attention. 20.4. I don't know how to get it more exact, so I'll leave it at 20.4. Whoops, wrong way. And I'm not going to put anything in the baggage because it doesn't say anything about that in FSEconomy. So 20.7, 20.7. I don't know how you can get it any closer. I'm not really totally sure. I don't think we have to do anything else. Let me just make sure that they're still there. Because I haven't messed with that, honestly, when I was working on stuff. Alright, but we should have our people. And I have a bit of a problem. Like, you can see this plane. Excellent shape. Now, it was just running. It starts up running. So I had to shut everything down. Let's start this flight. Make sure it's good. Alright. And I don't have to worry about how long we're running it. It's release the plane, so we don't have to worry about that. It was weird. I installed the 182 first, and everything seemed to be working right. Then I installed the 172, and it broke things, like sounds with the switches and stuff like that. And I also made it so that I couldn't start it manually. I updated it and through the website and everything. Everything seemed to work fine, but I keep having the problem of not being able to start it. I believe that it's because I'm priming the engine. I think it's fouling the plugs. So I'm not going to actually prime it this time. Alright, before engine, we're not going to do all the checks outside and all that. We're going to just go to starting the engine. Alright, I printed out all the freaking checklists. Alright, so we're going to say that the pre-flight inspection is done, passenger briefing done, seatbelts and all that. Brakes are set. You can see the parking brake is set. We're going to say all the circuit breakers are in and everything, so everything is good there. Let's go ahead and turn on master switch there. Turn on our beacon. Like I said, I'm not going to prime it because it seems to, I don't know if that's fouling the plugs or not. I'm going to crack that open about a 1/4 inch. Going to give it a little bit of fuel. I don't have a key bound to that, or at least I don't know what it is, if it's the default one. So I'm going to try it this way. Maybe. There it goes. So I'll put that in slowly. I'll bring up to right there, and we'll start laying it out a little bit. I'm going to leave it right there. Right at about 1,000 RPM, which is good. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the pitot heat. Alright, now I gotta find myself. The oil pressure is good, it's in the green. Ammeter is charging. Navigation lights, I'll go ahead and turn on my nav light actually. So that's good. Taxi light, we're not taxiing yet. Avionics master switch is on, the radios are on. Flaps are retracted, the cowlings are 100% open. Alright, now I'm gonna go up here. I'm gonna switch that to GPS, and I don't... Alright, so we can't pop it out like that. We've got the Hamburg, or not Hamburg, I can't even remember, Westerland? I can't remember what airport we're going to. I don't know Germany. Alright. If I can resize that. Man, it's been actually over a week now since I even messed with this thing, so I'm afraid I'm gonna forget how to do it all again. So don't freak out if I don't do everything 100% perfect. You always get some people doing that. Alright, so like I said, runway 33. And I got 33 over a landing the heading, but I didn't write down this heading, unfortunately. I believe that it's right over here. Let's take a look outside, actually. I believe it is this runway right here. I saw somebody taking off earlier over here, but that's fine. So we come down here. I'm going to turn on our taxi light. Parking brake is off. I'm going to try and taxi a little better in this plane. And not go so daggone quick. Cut it down just a little bit. Now we need to find a taxiway over to that runway. The throttle just a little bit. Daggone it, I'd like to be over here. Let me just stop for a second. Aw, man. Daggone it. Well, we should be able to come over here. Get on the runway over here. Should have looked at that. We'll be alright. We'll eventually get to the runway. Actually, we might be able to taxi right over here. Looks like there is a taxiway right over there. So we can get on the runway right here. Hamburg. I think we flew to Hamburg once, if I'm not mistaken, in air hauler. Alright, I want to check one thing out really quick again. I hate to keep going outside and everything. Closest is right here, I guess. So we'll go on over here. Tons of planes here. I like that. It's always good. Yeah, see, I don't know if those planes, if they're going to take off on this runway as well. Because like I said, they were taking off on the perpendicular one earlier. And that Lufthansa was just on the move. I don't know where they were going. Alright, I'm going to go to flaps 10. Yeah, it was really weird. As soon as I installed the 172, like, the thing basically broke, and I couldn't even take off. Every time I would take off, the RPMs would come clear over here on full throttle and completely just break the engine. So I don't know what the heck was going on, but since I updated it, it was alright. It's an intimidating aircraft because I haven't flown this thing, I don't even know how long it's been. Like I said, it's not the default Cessna, man. It's a lot more technical. I am not some expert pilot, as you all who watch know. Alright. Parking brake is on. We've got to do a run up here. Parking brake is set. Passengers, we're not going to worry about them and their seat belts, cabin doors, flight controls. Well, you see the aircraft moved. You can see without that. Alright, everything is good. I'm going to put that back off. Actually, we can probably bring that back on. Alright, mixture, we'll set that to rich. Fuel selector on here, is it both? Alright, elevator and rudder trim. See if I can come down here, see this a little better. It said something about binding that to FSU IPC and it'll move quicker. So I'm gonna check that out. Alright, that's set. Alright, throttle, we go up to 1800 RPM. I am going to take this off. Let's see better. right there, 1800. Might be able to see it a little better here. Right, it comes down, but that's still good. Come back to both. Left, alright. Good. Comes back to both. Alright, bring this down just a little bit more. Cycle the prop. Vacuum gauge is in the green. Ammeter is still good. Annunciator panel, no warnings. And I've got that set to GPS, which we need to bring that down a little bit more. Alright. Pretty much ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the strobes and the landing lights. Bring that back up. Alright, parking brake is coming off. We're going to enter the runway. Reset my view there. Oh, I got a little heavy on the brake there trying to help it turn. Alright. Let's go ahead and get on out of here. Gonna go dead left on me. Go ahead and rotate. I have a problem every time I take off on this thing, it does go dead left on me like that. Get her settled down. Wow, it's taken a lot to keep her straight now. Go ahead and retract the flaps. That's the wind or what, but she really wants to go. Alright. Bring the nose up a little bit. See if I can adjust my trim a little better. Too much of a climb there. I really probably should have set my autopilot while we were down there. Come on. I don't need to. I don't like taking my eyes off there. Nav into the GPS. Climb it 1,000 real quick. Up to 4,500 feet. Should have already had it ready to go, but I didn't. We're climbing good. Now, one thing that kind of confuses me, because I was just checking out the manual. Most people say, you know, we lean out the mixture at 3,000 feet, but I believe this was saying we don't lean it out until 5,000 feet. By the way, we should take a look outside. I should have told you, we have Orbex's openLC Europe. This is Region 6, is Germany, so I have that, and I have it on extremely dense. Looks good. Performing good. We're climbing at 90 knots. I think it's 85 to 95 is what we want to climb at. Yeah, see, mixture. Nah, never mind. That's on another thing. Alright, we're almost set to our 4,500 feet. Yeah, airspeed 85 to 95 knots. So we're at 90, so we're right in the middle. Take it this way for a second so I can see something. Alright, we're at 2,400 RPM. Bring back the throttle a little bit. I want that around 23, which is right where about where it is right now. Lessen our climb. Now, see, the mixture, 15 gallons per hour or full, whichever is less. So I guess technically we do need to lean it out. So we get it down to 15. Actually, I take that back. See, we are at 21. And why didn't we stop at 4,500, by the way? Autopilot's off. Alright, I'm confused. I guess we didn't set it for the altitude. Unreal. We're back under control. No, girl. Alright, let me check this. There we go. Daggone. Like I say, I gotta work with this a little more. Bring back the throttle. I don't want to get her going too quick. So I'm not sure, will she not, I'm not sure if I need to hold that in. So she'll stop there or what? I'd feel better if I had used this more. Send it 500 feet a minute down there. And by the way, when we do lean it, I guess we use the EGT, exhaust gas temperature. I looked at that earlier, I was trying to find it again today and I could not find it. Exactly how to do it. Except that might have actually been for the 172. But yeah, you actually use that, I believe, and don't quote me on this, because like I said, I was trying to find it earlier today and I couldn't. You lean it out and the exhaust gas temperature should drop down, and then at some point it will actually climb back up. You enrich it back basically 1% and that's where you leave it. However, like I said, this thing says to not lean it below 5,000. It's kind of weird to me. there's 4,500 coming up. See if she'll stop at 4,500 for me. Let's see, it is altitude hold. Altitude hold at 4,500. See if I can pop that out. 323. Sorry, 322. I just got to get a lot more experience with this daggone aircraft. Increase the throttle just a little bit more. Trying to get it right around 20. Alright. See if I can get this temperature to come down. Might be better if I can come over here. Don't quote me, I could be doing this wrong. I was like I said, looking in the manual today and I couldn't find it. See, I believe we're 2-lane because it actually raised there. So we're almost at 15 gallons an hour. You know what? I'm going to leave it right there at 83. I need to look at the manual more. See if I can find that. Can't remember if it was in the 182 or the 172. Anyway, we're 84 miles out, so I'm gonna go ahead and speed her up a bit and be back in just a little bit. Alright everybody, slowing it down for just a minute. You see we're 27 miles out. We're not going to hit up the tower or anything. We're nowhere landing on runway 33. We're about to descend to 3,000 feet. So, for our descent, we can pull back on the thrust a little bit. Off. There we go. Just gonna descend at 300 feet right now. We don't need to get down real quick. We're gonna, like I say, go down to 3,000 feet. Alright, so on our descent, power as desired, we're good right there. Mixture enriching as required. I've still got it right there at 83. When we get down to 3,000, I'll go full rich. Alright, cowl flaps are closed. I closed that right after I sped it up. As I was looking at my checklist, the cowl flaps are closed. Altimeter set. Alright, nav GPS. Obviously, like I said, set. Fuel selector valve is in both. Wing flaps as desired. You can actually go quite quick in this plane with flaps. 0 to 10 degrees is actually, you can do that below 140 knots. 10 to 20 below 120 knots, and you can go full flaps below 100 knots. Alright, we got 1,000 feet to go. Let's look at our procedures here. 1,000 feet to go. ILS for 33. Vectors, I'm thinking it was SLT, but I can't remember for sure, so I'm just going to hit vectors. Activate that approach. We're 20 miles out. I actually cannot see the approach, but runway 33 will be right here. 302 it says. There it is. Just move that range, and now we can see it. Yeah, I can't remember which we were supposed to use, but we just use vectors and come straight in. All right, 3,600 feet. Set my altimeter right there. And the ILS is 111.5. So come over here. Alright, 111.5. 17 miles out, right there at just under 3,400 feet. So I guess it's not this island, but I guess this one over here. Like I said, I have no idea anything about Germany. I guess, are we in the northwest? Because we are, I guess this is the ocean. I don't know where exactly Hamburg is. Up on 3,000. Now see, that altitude arm, so shouldn't it level off right at 3,000? I'm gonna watch it to see what it does. Gotta learn stuff all over kind of again. With my mic. See if she levels off at 3,000. We're probably gonna have to do it. Now she's coming back. Alright, so at 3,000 feet, I'm gonna go ahead and full rich, prop at 100%. Because I'll go through the before landing, even though it's a little bit early, but pilot and passenger seatbacks, don't care about that. Seats and seatbelts, don't care about that. The fuel selector valve is in both. Mixture is rich. The propeller is high RPM. Landing lights are obviously on. The autopilot's off. Like I said, we're doing this a little early. I don't have enough trust that I'll be able to do it in time. 324 degrees. There you go. And the normal landing is usually at, well, let me see, normal landing, airspeed 70-80 knots, flaps up. We'll be slowing down here. Wing flaps, I already listed that. Airspeed 60 knots, flaps full. Obviously trim it, obviously adjust. Touchdown, main wheels first, obviously. Landing roll, lower the nose wheel, gently braking, minimum required. I wonder how much fuel exactly we've used. I'm kind of worried. I can't really say it that well. So we set it at 20, so I guess technically we haven't used that much. It seems like we flew very fast, and I would have figured that we would use a ton of fuel. Like I say, I haven't used this plane in God knows how long. This or the A2A-172. Our airport elevation, as we looked at, was, what, like 50 feet? I think just below that, 40-something feet. I'll just put full, speed up to 4 speed. Watch this as well. If I put that over there, look at that. It says exhaust gas temperature 1,397 degrees Fahrenheit, 758 Celsius. Can that possibly be right? Let me pause my mic for 1 second. See, I don't know that 25 degree Fahrenheit, I don't know that that can be right. That seems awfully excessive to me. I could be wrong. Maybe it actually is that hot. I don't know. Just to me, that seems a little excessive. Now, I do know there's a 3 degree glide slope. You can see right there we are a little high. Kind of figured that. Let's switch this over to nav. Get it lined up to start slowing down. Send a little more rapid right here, since we are already high. Pull back on that throttle. Well, see, it's got the waypoint of SLT, but I have that written down as SLP, and that would be at 1,170 feet. but we can just use the Pappy lights. I'm going to descend at 1,000 feet a minute until we can get on that glide slope. I'm going to pull back on the throttle a little bit more. And a little bit more since we are hastening our descent. I'm afraid we might not be descending quite fast enough. Put it at 12. Alright, now we're on the glide slope. Now we're coming back up on it. Put that at 7, see what happens. Try to get her around 70 to 80 knots. Put it right there at 80. A little bit more throttle. That we're descending a little too quick. Go ahead and put one notch of flaps out. Man, that balloon action is crazy in this plane. But you know what? Let's hold right here. Alright, now we're on the glide slope. My yoke back. We'll see how rough of a landing it is. I can guarantee you it's not going to be nice. Not going to be pretty. We need to bring our speed back a little bit more. And we descended a little too quick again. Hold it right there. That we just barely had been descending a little too quick. I'll hold it right there for a second. Now we'll come down a little bit more. Don't really need this. Bring the power back just a little bit more. Flaps are coming out, 20 degrees. Bring back the throttle a little bit more. We probably should have been on the radio telling people that we were coming in, although if there's a tower, it's too late now. Alright, we can go full flaps. Alright, plane is mine. As you can see, we got a little low here. See exactly how under control we can do this. I don't promise much. I think we may have slowed down a little soon. I was actually kind of worried that we wouldn't get slowed down soon enough, but I think we actually did a little too soon. got that throttle thing right in the daggone notch. There we go. Work on getting down now. I held it up for a little bit on purpose, but now we're a little too close to be that high up. Come on down, girl. I'm not worried about too good of a landing. First time we've done this in a while. I did land at Hilton Head on a practice run. That was over a week ago. Alright, we're on her now. Speed's getting a little too low there. We're gonna land short if I put her down. I thought we had her. Ah, came down hard. Daggum it. Oh, almost had it. Came down a little freaking hard, though. Surprised I actually landed in practice a little better than here. Putting the flaps up. I guess we'll taxi on over to here. It seems like there's a tower, but I didn't see it. I think this one, it did say it just had tuned to traffic. By the way, I'm going to go ahead and put the cowlings up. Come on, thing. There we go. I did see on the map, too, these freaking taxiways, and that's why I'm not going over them. They go in a big circle. It isn't like go into a taxiway and go straight over. It's like a big, giant circle. That's why I'm not getting off the runway just yet. It was a bit odd from what I can see. Yeah, I don't like that landing. I ended up, I thought we had it there for a second, but then we ended up getting a little too slow. That was my fault, obviously. Who else's fault would it be? But no, I ended up getting a little too slow. I almost had her. But I mean, we just have to have more experience with this plane. It's a lot more difficult than, you know, a default planer or whatever. Bring the speed down. Is this the last taxiway or what? Because like I say, this is so weird. See, like, what the hell's up with that taxiway going way out to the right? We're gonna go on down. I really don't understand the setup here. Ah, screw it. Let's go. Ah, see, there's a taxiway down there. One more. And then see how it comes up over here, too? This is very odd. I don't understand it. You can see it on the map on FS Commander. Is it very... What the hell? I'm gonna have to adjust my brakes with this as well. You can see how sudden it is. You turn the strobe and the landing lights off. Alright, back to about 1,000 RPM. right at 70. Now see, is this thing gonna let us go back over to here? How the hell do I get over there? Oh, this is annoying. Bring back the power a little bit. We're going a little too fast. I said I didn't want to do that. Now look at this. Now see, this is taking us over to another daggone runway. Like, are we in a parking area? I mean, this is... If you look at that... let me put the parking brake on. An FS Commander... Oh, daggone it. Well, there was that. See how these taxiways are just very funky, man. Maybe you can't even get to that those buildings. I guess that's the building. If we would have come down here, oh jeez. And the only thing we can do really is turn back and be quickest. And come back over here. The only other thing you can do is come back here and might as well just turn around where we are. I guess I don't even know what the hell we're on. It's a gigantic taxiway or something. Lost my sound. Alright, parking brake is off. I guess we'll go over to the buildings. Kind of a weird airport, and like I say, the taxiways are just very odd. Very odd. So yeah, if I would have gone down like I was going to, but at the last second I said no. I wish I wouldn't have. Yeah, but a rough ride for the first one. I don't mind a rough ride in the first one. I don't know how you could expect perfection without much practice in it. I don't even know that you can get to all those buildings. This is kind of a funky airport. Like I say, I guess we can go over to that one right there. I guess that's the main area. Although FSEconomy already has us as being there. But according to our gauges, we haven't used anything. If you hit Shift F7 right now, it'll say, you know, you can't do this while you're in flight or whatever, but click to override. And if you do that, it seems like the fuel gauges don't work after that. Yeah, 16 gallons. So it says we only use, what, 4 gallons? In each? Yeah, it's kind of odd. Although we did have, what, 20.7, so we used a little bit more than that. Very quickly, I'm going to turn on the landing lights. I'm going to try the strobe while we enter the runway. This stupid building. Go right over here to the right. Right at the very end. I do like the textures and the scenery though. That openLC Europe is so nice. I made a flight not too long ago, FSX flight, Dubai to Rome. If you want to check that out, that was a pretty cool flight. And like the scenery just coming into Rome was just fantastic. Although Dubai scenery is freaking phenomenal. I think Fly Tampa does that. Aerosoft does Rome, although I don't think they did outside of Rome. I think they just mainly did the airport. What they do sometimes, you know, just a little bit of the surrounding area, but man, with that openLC Europe, wow, that thing is so nice. We went way past that line, although quite honestly I wasn't looking for it. Strobe and landing lights and come back off. Getting going a little fast. I had to pump the brakes because it seems like the brakes are set a little too strong for this. It seems to stop quite abruptly, and I don't want to do that. Turn for me. There we go. Taxi on up here to the parking area. And we shall be done. We're a little short. That's alright. Parking brake come on. Let me see if I've got a shutdown on the checklist. I'm not sure if I did that or not. Yeah, after landing, wings up and cowl flaps are open. We already did that. Parking brake is set. Throttle to idle. Electrical equipment, we can turn that all off. Alright. Can't remember how to turn this one off. I got the power button, there it is. How do you turn it off? Off. Oh, no. There we go. Off. Autopilot, I'm not sure how you turn that one off, to be quite honest. Avionics master switch off. Texting light off. Mixture idle. Ignition off. See, master switch off. Didn't actually say anything about the beacon or nav or anything. Nav switch off. Alright, so everything is off. Let me actually just check one thing out. Excellent shape. Right, and we do have the 2-blade prop, just in case anyone cares, because there is a 3. But with that, let's go over to FSX, or FSX, FSEconomy, and we'll get this thing finished. Alright, let's go ahead and refresh this. Yes, it's done. Alright, actually, let's go over to the log. Why did I click that? Here we go, view. So the flight brought in $2,199. We rented it for an hour and 19 minutes, but obviously releasing the plane, so we didn't pay anything for it. Fuel, we don't pay anything for. Landing fees, additional crew. We did pay $219.90 for the ground crew fee. Distant bonus, nothing. $1,979.10 for the flight. So $659.10 to YT Flyers and $1,320 to me. I don't know why. Like I said, it's 60-40 to the pilot. Actually, maybe is that 60-40 though? That doesn't seem quite right. The 1900. Well, I can actually look at that. Was it 1979? 0.10. $11.87. So it actually pays me a little more. I'm not quite sure why. Not sure if that happens for everyone else or too or not. $1,320. And for YT flyers, got a little extra money, 1,840.69. Deposit that in. Alright. So that's the A28, the Cessna 182 Skylane from A2A. I really love the plane, you know, just have to do a little more work with it, because obviously I don't have that thing down pat at all. But we just got to work through the checklists and everything and do a little more practice. I'll probably practice it a couple times tonight and stuff like that. But yeah, we just need more time with that plane, definitely. Like I said, I haven't flown it in forever. But yeah, I do love that plane, man. That and their 172 are just fantastic planes. I've got, I think, also the Cherokee from them as well. Anyhow, that's going to be it for this episode, everybody. I hope you all did enjoy it. Catch you guys on the next flight.